we return with more Shadowbringers. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. We have a fitting payment as our start. We have the Doge tribe, if you will. You will offer your patronage to our people, too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you can begin with Marn Osse. They're one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Obert. With the Knights gone, however, Marn Osse has no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. Cool. That's the thing. Let's do fates in this area. I honestly haven't even been doing the Mog challenges. Like, it's just you get Mog, the little Mog currency, right? I honestly haven't even done that. Yeah, I didn't forget to record Pokemon Leaf Green and not going to have to absolutely start over. That being said, that gives me something to do late at night and get a script together for a Nuzlocke. Which, thank you everyone for bearing with that test. I really do appreciate that. It was really scuffed. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Let's already count that leaf. That's a mood. When you get told to go mop rain because you messed up. Did I already mop that section? Who? Immortal, huzzah! Well met, yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in Badgel? If you answered yes, you come to the right Numo. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for payment a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungal room just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. This is going to be great. This is going to be wild to consider. You know, the more and more I think about how odd it is that I have Omega, more and more I think about how odd it is that, like, I shouldn't have this mount. It goes hard, though. I do like the scarab. It's a scarab. It's so cool. I never just, like... I don't ever like this mount. It's great. Infamy rank 1 unpaid. Nice, Jace. Nice. I gotta get to Infamy 50 at one point. I gotta go... I actually lost a bunch of cash because I was doing a bunch of stealth and people just kept like messing it up. I was doing the diamond heist on Death Sentence blind and I did most of it, and then like other people just kept alerting guards and stuff, so it was rough. But awesome. Congrats on the infamy. That's a witchweed. I actually forgot how to play Reaper. Ingress. There we go. And Tactics Advanced. Do they? That's super cool. There we go. Now it's flowing together a little bit better. So I need one more. Moss, 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 moss. Go to the 3 skulls successfully. They'll pay. And that's the thing. You don't be like Badger. You don't have to play on Death Sentence. You don't. Stealth. I kind of justify stealth as like, look, you're already playing on effectively, like, you get detected, you're done, right? It's like Shadow Raid, you might as well just do it on Death Sentence, right? But I mean, there is benefits to going below that. It is a fungus. Is it a fungus amogus? Is that the one? Is that the play here? Like just play the game. 3 skulls is honestly perfect. 4 skulls adds a lot more special infected and stuff. So, like, that's something you just have to consider. And it's fine. Play on overkill. Don't let anybody tell you you're not valid for, like, playing on, like, not above overkill. Mushroom. It is a moss fungus. Ah, that's the one. I don't think I have a... What mount says Reaper? Did I answer my own question? It's not wrong. Fungus born from moss. Ah, there we go. Ah, you've returned with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you want to use to polish metal and leather, like the lesser seen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. I'll just give 2. That's what I was supposed to collect. 2 moss fungus legs befits the work. I have neither more nor less expected than we provide. There's no greater joy. There is to be honored in a task, we must receive precisely what is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means that you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payments for my sources at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. Cool. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee of the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored if it means to change them in the near future. However, there's no need to hurry. First repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. So this is just the vendor of the area. And not iron sights anymore. I don't know how to feel on that one, actually, Raven. That's interesting to consider. Offer your patronage to enemies, just Easgur yonder. Because, like, I was always under the impression that, like, with irons, they could still hit some distance, and that was required. I don't know. I'm a civilian on that aspect. From your equipment, explain that you're a stranger to battle. I believe that Easgur will have something to offer you. What about Fenrir? I don't even think I have Fenrir, actually. I turn around and there's just people. That's the one. Magikarp and Viridian Forest. I might do a randomizer Nuzlocke. I mean, that sounds kind of great. What armor was I looking for, Rev? When you visit us once, joy stay indeed. Please give me your patrons. All my patrons ask that you receive noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame swords, they're called. We would not tend to them. We would tend to them with magic, except that they've left behind harmful ash. We have no choice but to pick them one at a time. Curious as to what I have to offer and Purveyor of wares will aid you in the travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot the question I just asked you. I actually just blanked out what I just asked. That's fantastic. Qualifying zone at 500 yards. Right. No, that's. I don't know. Well, is it? Do you think that that's part of the overall lowering of standards? I'm very curious on the military perspective of this. Like, what is kind of the like opinion on this? Because I don't really have one. I can't really formulate one. Not, professionally. But I like knowing. I like knowing what people think about it, right? Like, people like swapping over to 277 Fury. How it just, I think it's a logistical nightmare. A lot of people also go, yeah, this just doesn't logistically make sense. Like, you're now on proprietary versus, whoops. You're now proprietary versus standardized. Means you get a larger range of accuracy and gives you the better coordination and targeting skills. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Where the hell is it? There it is. Damn it, missed it. Wacky, zany tree architecture. Flawless. Qualify with what they get on deployment. Okay, so that's... Okay, so it is kind of like back in my day, we had to do this on irons, and now we're doing it on ACOGs. Okay, so it's not necessarily correlation and causation on lowering our standards. Looking for half our chat is glam ideas. No, you were saying that a quest reward, something about I needed to keep an eye out for a specific armor set, I think, in Shadowbringers. I don't remember what the conversation was specifically, or I hallucinated it again. Who knows? Platinum Master time to get by Snake Eyes. Oh my god. You absolute legend. I can't make platinum. I am not that good. Congratulations on hitting plat. Flame Sports, how very quickly you are. Chance search the western entrance as well. I'm told they have more cropped up in that area. Gonna be an enemy here, I bet. Okay, I got plenty of time. I want to knock out a chunk of this tonight if I can. I'll dispose of a weapon where we have fewer people entering into the military at a crucial time where they're not getting to, the too many people to train and not enough to train on them before deployment. Right, but I feel, wouldn't that lead to a lack of proper training or lead to potential issues? Audible gasp. I was almost buying anything. I just finished my task and should come and report back. You're past that and you already should have already gotten it. It's just the Crystarium. Oh, Crystarium. Okay, yeah, I got that then. Thank you. Range on an M16 ACOG allows for that. It's literally get off my lawn thing. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I think that's a valid thing to be. Like, I mean, what well, what can I do? Like, there's a couple things that it's like back in my day we did it this way, right? But now we have like back in my day we had the link cable to connect Pokemon games. Not the same, right? Mind you, different entirely together. But back in my day we had to use link cables. Now we just do everything by Wi-Fi. Not like, I guess infrared still technically exists on the Switch, right? But like, yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, you'll just, yeah, we just did this differently. You returned, dealt with Flame Swords of the Western Entrance as well. Yes, I have. Poison spores irritating our noses, at least. Getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day, I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for a man's patronage. Aw, poor doggo. Castle wasn't called Liagia, it was the Voberites, excuse me, built it and they named it, I'm going to butcher that name, Granez Licht. I definitely mispronounced that. Last bastion of the struggle against the Cineators, and now they're gone, all of them, nobles and knights and common folk alike. Not for saying I must give you what you've earned. Desire anything else I possess, would be glad to offer them to you for a fitting price, of course. New Glam, hell yeah, New Glam's great. I need to actually go grind Omega for the chess piece. Consider Weedlod. This should be the third in the series and the last. Under the weather of late, and a chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. Yeah, new Ubisoft pirate game does not seem like it sparks joy. You would be my patron? Would you? Cannot do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink. That I cannot make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They are the pneumo like us. They turn their backs on our values. Cursed without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. When I was outside for a walk, they set me upon and robbed me of my possessions. The ink concluded. It's too weak to resist them, but morally you look quite strong. Do you think you could go take ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage. And by way of service, I will make you something very special. Student Kip, I couldn't mind overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, would you let me accompany you? What would Dad Crit say, Minfilia? Learn from you and help in what little way I can. Spooky Ghost. Thaumaturge got delayed. What was the reason? Lost ones make their lair to the south, side a cave called Father Carly's Chambers. Much many of my vials of ink and would be grateful if you could break as many as possible. No, Helldivers 2 is doing great. Everything about this game just seems legit. I just haven't bought it yet. I hear that they're even taking a poke at microtransactions. Like, a game needs to earn its monetization. A live service must earn its right to monetize. And it is absolutely just throwing a wrench in a lot of things, and I'm loving it. That's been issues as to not need a day one patch. You know, I can respect that though, especially if it's not for not to like have a day one patch. Like, I'm actually super okay with that. Doesn't want them to be in a situation where the next needs to be a weapon. Sadly, exactly why we're having the problems now. You know, aside from the yeah. Well, I mean, like, military. I just have a complete respect for it, and like, I don't think that if you're not in the military, you should be getting to dictate certain military affairs, right? I was talking about this in a recent... That's a big boy. The hell is that? Oh, I don't want that. I was discussing it in a recent Shoe on Head video, actually, and it's like, there are people out there that go, well, men just need to go get sent off to war. That'll make them, you know, appreciate what they have. And it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you at 22 served already. I didn't know that you understood the fundamentals of warfare and the effect it has on the psyche. I wasn't aware that you had all this expertise and could make that decision for people in the military. It just comes across as like oddly like aggressive. Yeah, I hear that. I don't know, it's along the same line of logic where you have people on TikTok and they're just like, well, men just need to be homeless. That'll make them grateful. And it's like, you wonder why you're single. Gonna go to sleep. 6 days. She got a nice Brownie Mountain Pro. 6.5 Creed. Yeah, no, go for it. Get some sleep. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hey, have a good one. Yeah, no, 6.5 is also interesting in the fact that yeah, proprietary, so it doesn't often get included in sales and discounts. Appreciate what they have. I'm sorry, anyone's gonna appreciate. After exactly, like, but and that's the thing is, like, I could get angry about it. It's just the sheer audacity of that statement. It's like clearly, it's always the ones that don't understand. I thought those were Rathalos for a second. Clearly, those that don't understand that concept cry out that we need that concept. That we need to teach men a lesson. That's just really strange to me. CEO's giving. We just need a little to correct things. I hate that stance. I really hate that stance so much. Cowards and fighting. Yeah. Position of privilege. Exactly. Right. This also comes from a group of people who aren't going to be drafted or who would never be eligible for a draft. Especially because societal outrage. Father College Chambers was through here, appeared inside, and sure enough, it was milling with a pneumo. They looked none too friendly. Thanker, we're here. You tell me to go ahead and about it quietly and quickly. Let's split up. Activist, 1 second. I don't think I can. Then come back outside. See you shortly. Listen. Oh, the small knife. She's even taking after dad cred. People that try to quote unquote speak for all. And that's the thing. No, that's a broad generalization. I can't speak for all men. But Kip, you're a man. Yeah, I can't speak for all men. Think I claim people like Andrew Tate? No. It is not everybody. Kindly keep your opinions to yourself. That kind of thing. You may speak for yourself. You may speak for your friend group even, potentially, depending on where all you fall, right? But you do not speak for everybody. Because that is what gives you that right. What gives you that ability. Just like, that's kind of the thing is like, in one of the videos I reacted to recently, someone said something about like, oh, yeah, it's about all the stuff that, they don't deserve. And I just laughed. I could have been angry. I could have just like had a whole tangent on like, that's just privilege speaking. I just laughed. That would do much more than any sort of argument that I could pose. Microdosing bird shot. Not a good idea. Do not advise. Man of it. So it's lucky goes out to those who are exactly like 100%. It's just having that cognizance. Like from a very young age, like I would watch Lord of the Rings, right? Like Helm's Deep scene, right? And I'm just like, all of those elves slain in the Hornburg had lives. They lived hundreds and thousands of years. And that is all gone now. And not everyone has that cognizance. I have more cognizance than others. I still can't speak to certain affairs and certain, trade, certain business, etc. I can't. And we've been in my old unit. Like, so the thing, and this is why he's so popular, right? It has nothing. People like to insert, oh, this is this specific thing. This is he speaks to he's talking about the correct things. He's talking to people, but he's not providing anywhere near the correct solutions. But he is still talking to people. That's the problem. Is that you have a bunch of people who are, fed up with life. We have, just an absolute... Life is rough for everybody. I'm not going to say men have it worse. I'm not going to say women have it worse. There's absolutely trials and tribulations that everybody has. Male, female, non-binary, whatever. Like, everyone has trials and tribulations, and life sucks for everybody. What I can say is when life sucks and nobody's talking about it to men are going to listen to someone. And even this is with anybody, right? You can look back. You want a historical thing of this? How did Funny Mustache Man rise up to power in World War II? It's almost like he talked to the German people and offered them a way out of that hellish existence. Damn. It's almost like we can use historical fact and not insert some weird agenda here. If you talk about the correct things and you're the only one talking about those things, as it turns out, sometimes people just listen. Even if you're giving them the complete wrong advice. The soundtrack is very like 2000s rock, and I'm loving it. Online multiplayer golf games. The more I love competitive online multiplayer golf games, I feel like that is a what's the word? Oh god, what is it? It's not Freud. What is it? Not Mandela. What is it's the Stockholm syndrome. That's the one. Hey, Keaton, how's it going? Speak for all collective mass. I can legally you can't speak for a collective mass, and that's the point. And if anything, just discourage that type of post. Like, no, you don't speak for everybody. Aragorn was Concord Peely. The reason the one soldier loses air early is because Werbos have a very heavy... Yeah, they have a very heavy draw weight. Absolutely. I think part of the issue was that he was just older. Yeah, like, so he was having to keep that held for an extended period of time. And he just... Yeah, it just happened. He just loosed the arrow prematurely. I don't even need to kill all these guys. Lorax gonna speak for the tree rate. For a bit while doing so. From work, bought a bit of page. Yeah, go for it. It's good to see you here. I'm stopping to go to Warrior. I don't want to have to, like, aggro everybody here. Shadowbringers is just this weird isekai so far. And, like, it's interesting. I'll give it that. But it's definitely just, like, I was not expecting it. Okay, so it is around the back. Most things in life can be avoided. Most conflicts, if you just don't be a jerk, as it turns out. Lord of the Rings, masculinity, a psychological standpoint. Is one. Exactly, and I even went over the same video. Why would you look to someone like Sneeko or Andrew Tate for masculinity? Why would you ever look at them? Like, even look, you can look to fiction. Look at someone like Aragorn in fiction. You don't have to be Aragorn. You can just be like him, right? You can understand why him and Sam are incredibly positive in terms of masculinity. You can understand that, and you can use that to apply to your own life, right? Like, there's so much that you can glean from media, and maybe someone does something right. Maybe they speak to the issues, but not to the right issues. You can take an aspect of that and go, hey, this makes sense. It's almost, I do not speak for all dinguses. I do not speak for Maxor. What would Aragorn do here? What would Aragorn want me to do here? Exactly. How would he go about this? I like the entourage. A harder into more realistic depiction of Faye's story is not the fantasy. Yeah, no, it's really great. It's kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, also it comes down to critical thinking, right? If somebody is promising you the world, or maybe they're just trying to sell you something, right? Maybe they don't have your best interests at heart. Maybe they're just trying. Because don't people like that sell courses? If you want to be a manly man, you too could buy my course and learn how to be an absolute alpha male, right? I cringe saying this. It's so bad. But it's so true, right? Think about it. How many people are selling you on a dream? They're selling you on this is how you do this. But they're just using you. Is winning. Everything else is just BS. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are.
Oh, hi.
Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
It's small Philia.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help.
Her story's going to be gut-wrenching, I can already tell.
Me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Eulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Lightwardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me.
Come on, Dad Cred. Come on now.
I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia.
No, you're not. He needs to understand that.
Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something or bring you to someone or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach.
Castle base boost.
What is that?
I've been formulating a theory that what's-his-face, Eulmoran dude with the face on his chest, is a Lightwarden. I've been formulating this. I still need to see how that story develops.
Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair.
Spooky.
Come and play with us.
Is your Stola's VA? That's great, actually. I didn't know that. Those shoulder muscles, I believe that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch him on chat. Bonsai person, thank you for the follow.
Delivered to the Nemo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Yeah, no, I saw that Wolfront too. No, and that's the thing is like, I don't. At that point, it's just like, you have a just utter lack of respect. Like, I mean, I'll give you. I'm not even how to be a better person. No, I'll just start asking the question why. Why do people bag on Andrew Tate? Why do people bag on Sneeko? Why do people say people like that are toxic? Why? The best question you can ask in life is why. If you run out of whys, you're not trying hard enough. Choice, please forgive us. See, were you able to retrieve it? Yes, take your ink. I think almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me the day from went bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. Had a vision too. Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sinner, it loses everything about its mind and defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. Manifest the desire to play and be free. So strong as that desire, it often leads to the seal to invade our consciousnesses. For a long time we've ignored it, but we cannot do so forever. Forgive me, I was about to thank you for reuniting my ink. Exactly as I asked, so I give you the service I promised. My sleeve, and voila, may it serve you well. Take those Aetheryte tickets. Honorable. There's nothing like honorable work. Again, thanks for giving me the opportunity. I should also mention the Elder Weird Anik returned a moment ago. If you need to seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. That way. Written with strong characteristics. You know who's a strong female character? C2. He's a strong female character. Colin Kozuki. Or I guess Stopfield, technically. It's on Code Geass, right? You know who's a strong female character? Psycho Busujima, right? strong female characters, not necessarily because they're absolutely shredded, but because they're independent. They have strength. Excellent patron to point out for that. You have my thanks. Then we'd be pleased to hear that we've come to an agreement regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I would deliver our answer. Yeah, even in the game, like Y'shtola, Lys, Alice, incredibly strong female characters. Like, it's not... That doesn't equate to, like, physical, raw strength. Allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. Oh, the Stone Scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from her castle nor her torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. So I would imagine a ruck pack would look odd, to say the least. But what an absolute, like, legend, right? 90 pounds, 5 foot, just absolutely going just ham. What, I was going to say what a Chad, but, like, you know what I mean, right? What an absolute legend. Like, what an inspiration. Relax one more, and we can meet with the Warden. Your request allow me to enlighten you in regards to your foe. Now, the Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed on one who is chosen to lead the Pixies with the grace of nature. Leader upon Ilmeg's founding arose the ruler of all Fae folk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Fae folk render our blessing unto nature, to water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. I like that it's king that's being used here. It became a sin eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. That's terrifying. Is there anything else that we should know? Anything else? Only I feel unready for the challenge, and none here were to blame me for that. You are welcome to remain among us a while longer. For all, I myself enjoy your patronage, and who knows when we next have the chance. See that you're more comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. That's the one. Oi! Honestly, look away from one moment when every fairy and their knuckle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mine, do you hear? Not yours, nor the Fuath's. Anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish they hadn't. Rats. Focus the final pair of shoes, Rod of Crystal, held in the armor of safekeeping at their settlement, Ulkdor. It bereft mentioning that these armor are unlike those that we have half-force encountered. Owing to their particular evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have with the Fae folk. Cool. That seems fun. See you leave. Wish you were well on your way. Arrive Wolkdorf. Seek out the largest among the armor. His name is Seto Kaiba. Oh no. He's their leader and bearer of the relic. Perfect example. Yeah, Ripley from Alien. Yeah, strong female character. Courage is not the lack of fear, it's being afraid and doing it anyways, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is like, it's not about being scared. It's what do you do in the face of overwhelming fear? What do you do when you're scared, so to speak, right? That's what determines who you are, more than anything else. No. Anyone would actually get a particularly toxic character funny enough displaying very considered toxic. I don't know. Like, I've kind of been like thinking about this recently, and I think I've come to like a breakthrough of like it's lack of understanding, because so think about it this way, right? And this isn't an excuse. This is just to justify the actions, right? Let me get a drink. We have seen it all the time on social media. We have seen it all the time. Toxic women creators, right? A specific brand of creator. And the one through line, it seems, is that I can't understand how I come to the conclusion. Like, I'm looking at it and I just, like, it clicked of, like, this is due to societal standards. They're saying this because of the societal standards that they have. And, like, look at, like, how many of these videos are they doing their makeup, right? And absolutely, makeup looks cool. Not saying it doesn't. When you start noticing a common thread, it's almost like, you know, oh, I don't put on makeup for you, I put it on for me. Yeah, you put it on for you. You shouldn't have to put makeup on for someone else, right? Like, that's completely fair. and then it leads into this whole tirade or rant about, you know, what their latest ick is, and, you know, what's wrong, and, you know, why men are awful. And it's like, this honestly kind of just looks like a mental issue, like almost societal conditioning. So I'm still like thinking on the subject, right? And this is just with that very niche group of people that are the loudest and problematic. But I'm trying to like look at it objectively and go and find the reasoning. Once again, answering that question, why? Why do you have this? Why is this your view? Why are you so hell-bent on this, right? Don't wait for that. It could, yeah. So I mean, you see it too, Raven. And like, yeah, we put unrealistic expectations on everybody, realistically. That's a completely fair thing to make. It's a completely fair judgment to pass. Like, we're putting unrealistic expectations on everybody. I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? I do love these talking birds. You're right. You're just desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Lightwarden. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. If you're indeed immune to the light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. Appreciate your concern. We have no choice in this matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let's leave him with his thoughts. Everybody's just going to be looking out for themselves. And that's the thing, is that everyone should just be like, hey, look out for yourselves. I'm a little different in that, like, for instance, I was having a, like, family was like, hey, I want this. Mom was like, I want this for dinner. Sister was like, I want this for dinner. And I'm just like, okay, you've mentioned Mexican 4 times. You've personally mentioned a quesadilla. You've mentioned wanting going out. Guess we're going to go out and get Mexican. And it's like, you know, because the rhetoric keeps being, well, I don't know what to do. What do you want to do? And it's like, I have to read through those lines because I've had to do it for so many years that, like, I do look out for other people. But generally, as a greater whole, and this is generalization, people just have their best interests at heart. It's not that they're necessarily being malicious. It's just that they don't care or acknowledge it. That's not necessarily a fault as long as they're not being jerks about it. Tis hard by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. Do you think me? I'm happy with your weight as long as you are, unless it gets unhealthy. I think that's completely reasonable as a take, 100%. How much of social media would, like, absolutely just tear into that statement, though? A completely fair statement. Little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. Behoove you all to learn some of the nature of this community. I think there is no surer way than to speak with its members. Grats, we gotta talk to the people. We gotta talk to the Fae. In such wise you will come to understand such as reason for refusing us, and I hope gain insight into how he may yet be persuaded. Bid you seek out the Amara and make sure yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice in the way of a greeting. Defining healthy in that take. Like, well, and I mean also, like, well, it also depends on the relationship. Certain relationships, right? Hey, am I overweight? Some relationships, a little bit. Some relationships, oh, don't be, no, even if it's, you know, potentially misconstruing the truth a little bit. Other relationships, I mean, as long as you're okay with yourself, that's really all that matters. Like, long as it's, you know, as long as you're not running into health issues, like, whatever works, right? And it's really subjective depending on the relationship. There's not really one size fits all because every situation is different. We're not often that we're visited by men, much less unglamored ones, but brings you so far from your own kind. I am wearing the drip, homie. Must pet. How long has it been since the last felt a man's touch? I cannot help but remind of my master's hand. It was the knight of Vobert, a noble and valiant soul. How many others he died fighting his sinews, though he is long departed. Remains in his land in respect for his memory. BMI, how they determine. Honestly, isn't, and I don't remember who I would actually have to ask this, BMI I thought was very subjective. Like, it wasn't a set in stone thing. Like, certain things it was trying to do was fine, but overall, I thought it was bogus. Is how I understood that. But I'm open to correction. Cinematic crush. I mean, Viggo Mortensen. Like, enough said. I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Just like your kind, you understand. On contrary, armor were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all mindless beasts, but then, mage of Ronka, my beloved, gave us the gift of intelligence that we might better serve our masters. After the empire fell, though, those with the gift eventually died out. Rare occasions, however, we were born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, the seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us, amongst other things. So it was with me. I never had a master, as I told you. Self-sacrifice, yeah. Fine for the most part. There's different standards given different people. For the most part, we know what isn't. Right, exactly. Like, maybe being 600 pounds isn't necessarily the answer, right? Maybe, and at that point, whether it's like genetic, whether it's something that you're just predisposed to, something that you caused by eating, 10 pizzas a day, there's differences there. But generally, being 600 pounds is probably not a good thing. It's happening when I'm being petted. It's just wonderful. He jump. He's so happy. You have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of Fey folk. Then we are Fey folk too. When we first made our homes here, we swore an oath to the very king. You see, it's easy to forget sometimes. Had been inaccurate, almost according to 60% body fat. Doesn't account for muscle, wider shoulders, etc. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not healthy. Like, I can't run up and down 50. I can't do the Cloud Strife challenge. I can't do that. I couldn't go up a hiking trail that I've gone up before. Like, I understand that I'm not physically fit. I get that, and I acknowledge that. There's some subjectivity into a lot of things. Either you're unhealthy, you're a genetic anomaly, or you're 15 feet tall. Right, exactly. Like, there's something else going on there. Oh, it's the armor, I take it. Thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for me, men. It's not concern for our welfare, not scorn. The Seto seeketh and dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront the king we must, and for that we must needs have the crystal shoes. Ability to confer a Seto in private. The task of slaying the Lightwarden will ultimately be thine. It is for thee, I believe, the worth the most. Tell him thy many great deeds, speakest in earnest. Thy words may yet move him to change his mind. Big bird. You have spoken with my brethren, then you see it is not a scorn that will deny you this relic. Simply cannot bear to see men fight and die not anymore. None of us can. To lose the one who has placed a gentle hand on us even once fills our hearts with an untold sorrow, and our brothers and sisters will readily attest. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? Land is no longer a man's fight, nor will your doing so compel the Fey folk to change. In order to obtain the other relics, which you already have paid the due price, not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? Seto is in fact good boy. Muscle does weigh more than fat, yes. That's why when you start getting, like, working out and stuff, you will actually weigh more. What did you say? Very words. Could it be mere coincidence? You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Uh-huh. What's the test? Then you just have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider to gift you with the relic. See that you are prepared, then meet me at clearing in the east. May slay them. Get every combat level to 80. Oh, that's Seto mount. Okay. I wasn't sure what mount that was. No, I'm going to get every combat level to 80. I'm going to just grind through. Well, so I'm grinding through Gunbreaker right now. I want to hit 80 on that pretty quickly. And then I'll probably go back and do some of the melee DPSs. Like, Reaper's almost done. I got to go with range DPS. Lift a truck that had not only underglow, but lights on the rims. You see in Publix. Oh my god, that's amazing. So yeah, like, don't get discouraged when you start working out and exercising and stuff. You will weigh more because fat is denser and therefore weighs more than, muscle weighs more than fat. So you will be gaining weight. Things just have to adjust. Things take time. Wish to lure out the sinews. Once I did one hunted with an old friend. Far from ravenous and mighty work for the territory, I still remember the tricks. We must be getting at your signal. Bird. Get going. Yeah, I was gonna see your rewarding trees. Get some rest. Not 4 of them. Oh my god. Whatever will I do? Hit like an absolute truck. Okay. That's a bear. Lizard. I guess they are lizards. Even though they're evolution. Yeah, right. Technically not wrong, but also technically not right. Okay. Most weight you gain quickly is actually water weight, not fat. I don't know. Like, I need to like figure something out at this point because like, so I do a lot of work, right? I love that the attack was called Gospel. That's super interesting. Like, I need to figure something out because like, I'm just so tired of like not being skinny. But then again, I have certain genetic positions I have to work against. It's just body image issues. The work of those creatures will not deny it. Seen enough. Let us return. Drink less water. I don't think that's the answer though. I don't necessarily know enough about water weight. I mean, I have someone that I can ask, but like I don't know enough about that. And like that being said, like I'm not overeating. I mean, I'll like, I guess like technically like binge eat. So like for example, I wake up at like, if I wake up at like 4 p.m. right, and I stream to like 7, 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. right, and then I eat like, oh man, I had a burger and fries and I feel really full and I feel like I ate a lot today. And I'm like, wait, Kip, you're literally in a calorie deficit. Like you literally have not eaten all day, right? Hence why I'd BRB to go like eat like sausage, right? Sausage and potatoes, breakfast, dinner, and it's like that's not healthy. U.S. food doesn't help it either. All I taste is processed food sometimes, and it's awful. Like, that's not any sort of, like, virus after effect. It's like, I just taste it, and I'm like, this is just processed. And it feels like I have a Dark Souls, like, toxic gauge building up after a while. And then it fills up, and I'm just like, oh, I feel awful the next few days. You slew the sinners to see that you are capable. However, I still try time to think, and if you'd be willing, there's a favor I would ask of you. Sure. Tell me the things. Too little water, Hollywood body's agony. That's the and that's the thing, is that you require water to function. Test your strength, but a personal request, please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sinews who wandered into Ilmeg. In the heat of the moment, I dropped possession of medallion of all the resource that all the places it should fall. It was Long Mirror Lake. Armor not fond of water, certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fuath, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired for my treasure, but seeing that you're capable, perhaps you'd be able to return it. On your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my down? If it would elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. Cool, yeah. 2,000 calories a day. Like, even then, like, so like it's not just the amount of calories, but it's like how are you consuming them? What are you consuming, right? That has to do it as what with it as well. Longboarder, play the cross, and that's the, like, it's why it like. Here's the other thing: is who has time for that? Well, you should make time. Let me rephrase that. Who has time for that? Because it's almost like we're working 16 hours a day. We are 24/7 on call because our job can text us at a moment's notice. Yeah, and that being said, it's also subjective. Sometimes you require 3,000 calories. Different bodies require different things. Healthy calories, not too many icky stuff, right? Yeah, exactly. Military because he had a lot of muscle, weighed more than he's right weight, so he couldn't get him in. That would make me a little salty. Not gonna lie. That's some fuck. So, some fudge. I'm trying. Yeah, that's fair. To find out more reasons to be disappointed and be disappointed in it. Honestly, like I very much want to try stuff like European food, and I would actually like to try like authentic Japanese cuisine and stuff because like it just seems better than what we have. I don't know. Even then, I might not even go back to the local Japanese place. I just felt awful all night. My stomach was just hurting last night. So I'm just kind of sitting there like, man, I don't think I actually want to have this place anymore, which I really enjoyed it, so it's rather unfortunate. Laziness, I did not have the capacity to spare for healthier eating. And that's the thing, is that healthy eating also comes with a cost attached to it, does it not? Right? Like, oh, well, we're going to go down to Whole Foods, and well, Whole Foods is expensive. You're going to go down to some, you have to buy specialty food for that. And yes, while it can be healthier, is it necessarily, reasonably priced? Well over the average calories to maintain their efficiency. For some English military branches need 4,000 calories to keep up the routine. Right, if you're active, aren't you also going to need more calories? Right? You're going to need stuff like that. So if you're active combat personnel versus someone like Asmongold, who's going to have a higher calorie intake, who's going to require more to eat, right? That kind of thing. Emery's day deployment, 3k calories each. Jesus, that's wild. But yeah, point being, right? Even from like personal admission and hey, yeah, this is what I did, right? Yeah, we can clearly debunk, 2,000 calories a day is a good benchmark, but it's not the end all be all. $15 to $18K, but point being, it's well over 2,000, right? So yeah, budget restrictions come into mind. Time restrictions come into play. Like, there's a lot that comes into play. Didn't really change the quality of their diet. Lost like 5 pounds. Yeah, no, I had a buddy. He's half Japanese. He ended up going over to Japan because he finally got approved for like going over to Japan and stuff. And when he was over there, he just felt better. He felt so much better. He lost weight. I think he lost like 20 pounds. Like, life was looking good for him. Then he had to come back to the U.S. because there's something about like his degree that he had to come back to the U.S. for. And he's miserable. He doesn't like it. The food here just isn't good to him. And like, that's a completely valid thing. Like, you can, have your opinions. I don't want that free, but okay. You can have your opinions. You can have, whatever you want. Like, but everyone else is allowed to have theirs as well. If you think the food is fine, good on you. I would love to be able to eat just like, McDonald's, but God, that stuff expensive. McDonald's is expensive anymore. Like, it's actually kind of wild. Allegedly, there was a call recently where they confirmed that they're not going after lower income clientele. Like, they're focusing on middle, upper middle, and more high-end clientele. So that's interesting if that is true. I return. How fair your search? Here, take that. Wasn't an issue. Yeah. Medallion.
My medallion! You found it!
Yes. I've heard this voice.
Oh,
What?
I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again. When I was young.
Is that a Hobbit reference?
In those days, I could not speak, but we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories.
Yeah, you're correct. That was the redeeming feature. McDonald's was quick. Hey, I have $5.96 in my bank account and I kind of want food tonight. That was McDonald's.
This medallion he found during an adventure, fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime.
Oh, I definitely get that symbol. Like, and that's the thing. Teachers already are stressed and underappreciated. Like, people need to be treating teachers, but sometimes it's a two-front war too, between parents So I had my I have to stress this, right? I have to stress the absurdity of this, right? And why, as much as being a teacher would interest me, why I have no interest in doing this, if that makes sense. That there are kids that just will not care. There are kids that just don't care. They're apathetic, and you can continue to say, look, this is 50% of your grade. This is 20% of your grade. This is what this is a significant chunk of your grade. Hey, this is what I would put on my notebook or put in my notebook if I was, looking for something on to be tested on, right? You can give all the hints in the world, everything. And there are kids that just don't care. And there's absolutely kids that do care. There's kids that don't. I mean, it's a mixed bag with anything, right? Employees that care, coworkers that give a crap, coworkers that don't give a crap. But then it comes down to when the student doesn't care and they're failing and they don't do the extra credit assignments, suddenly it turns into, well, we're going to fail you. And then the parent gets involved. Why are you failing my little Timmy? Why is my little Timmy doing bad? Well, he's not doing the work. He just doesn't care. Like, the test was open book. There's no excuse for this. Well, I need you to give him extra credit. I need my little Timmy to pass. Ma'am, your little Timmy's in 9th grade and reads like a 5th grader. Right? And, that is a failing because... a failing on one, the education is two on parents' part, because parents should be engaging with the lives of their kids. Why I'm not one? I don't want that responsibility. I really don't. That's a cognizant decision I'm making. But teachers have this two-front war on them at this point. And it's wild to think about that you are doing your job and you get crapped on and reported because little Timmy's failing because he's in 9th grade reading at a 5th grade level and has failed to do any sort of extra assignments and stuff. So you wonder why teachers are stressed. You wonder why, and then teachers have to be available 24/7. They have to be available for parents. They got to be available to other faculty. They got to be available to principal, etc. Right? And they have to their day doesn't stop when school ends. They still got to grade stuff. They got to do curriculum. They got to do. There is so much that goes into teaching. I just needed a second to just impart. As much as I've crapped on my history in public schooling, I absolutely respect teachers, especially good teachers, which is the kids anyways, because they're a fear drop will cut their budget. Exactly. Your child has not the opportunity to pass this class and they do not do the work. And if you don't do the fact they're failing, you should go. Exactly. Right? Welding teacher they used to do demonstrated on how a mix of something more explosive than other on their own, but they got told to stop doing that because it would shake part of the science building. What an absolute legend. Perma stuck as a forklift driver because he was shoved through school and couldn't read at 30. That's awful. And there's been so much over the years on No Child Left Behind Act. I'm not well read enough on that, and I'll let the teachers discuss that, honestly. But I think that it is a little strange, and I experienced this personally firsthand, where it's always the people that aren't doing well that are the focus, and then your bright individuals, they get punished because they're already succeeding. Why should we pay attention to you? So something that's ridiculous. Okay, yes, there are ridiculously hard tests. Yes, absolutely. You're not wrong there.
I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Art.
Oh, no.
And he was my friend.
Oh, no.
Ardbert, thou sayest.
Everyone blamed him for the flood. Him and his comrades. Some few who spoke up for them. Of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles.
No confused bringer, right?
Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
That's the one.
you remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely.
Kind of reminds me of a Dark Souls NPC, actually.
It is reminiscent of Ardbird's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you.
Shoes. Grip of this part. Yeah. No, it's a good part. That's why I didn't actually say anything through it. I know chat's been going off. No, it's a good part.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Oh no.
Has something happened at Lightwarden?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Eulmoran. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
He's immune to the... How?
Ranjit. If he
Yeah.
manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
How did... That's interesting that Ranjit's immune to that.
Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Lightwarden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Lightwarden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success.
No, there's something else here,
The moment the
Jace.
lights go
There's something
out,
else here.
we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Maybe like a Lightwarden blessing or something. There's something else at play here that isn't
Let me come
natural.
with you. I have the blessing too.
Especially because he changed, what, 10 years ago? He used to hate the Lightwardens, but now he's for
No,
them.
Ophelia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
90. I didn't have... You beat me. No, we had hundreds. So in short, respect your teachers. Teachers are trying their best. It seems my decision has caused you suppression, but I'm convinced that you will triumph. To the south, you'll find the bridge to the Agia as the bearer of the four relics. The gate of the castle will open to you. Woo! Teaching every incarnation of Minfilia the first to last. Don't think he hated them though. No, there's something wrong. There's something here. Something shifted, and I want to know his story because that doesn't just happen overnight. That also requires a mass incident to happen, or a something with enough weight behind it. I'm very curious where this is gonna go. I'm getting like Fontaine vibes from this actually. I kinda need to play Genshin again. I need to figure out how to get the Star Rail free pulls. I keep hearing about 80 free pulls. $85, damn. Yeah. I don't know. I keep expecting to get the notification. Hey, Kip, you're having your high school, get-together thing again. I'm going to be like, I don't want to do it. Winning team or some sort of... No, I think he willingly converted, but it's the why that's eluding me right now. And he has some gift other than that. Like, there's some gift he has. Plus, remember who his boss is, right? His boss literally has a Sin Eater face on his chest. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting. I don't know. I don't think you'd pay me to go to my high school reunion. I don't really care for any of the people I went to high school with. The people that I did care for, I still talk to. Or they either, like, just, you know, are doing their own thing. They moved on. But, like, I don't really care for a lot of those people. Get a notification. Yeah. Especially if it's a weird date, then that gets into some rough territory. Why would I want to return? Exactly. Especially because some people peaked in high school. Like, I would go back and how many people are going to have kids? How many people are going to be divorced? How many people are... What is that? I hate it. I already hate it. I don't want it. You can get me out. No, Mr. Monkey, please. Yeah, why would I ever want to go back, willingly want to go back to high school like that and see those people? Damn it. I was trying to change classes, just sneak by him. Giant monkey. Badge the school boards, buy some of the stuff needed for those classes. Oh, hell yeah. Never peak in high school. It just doesn't do anything. Just doesn't lead, I don't know, it just doesn't lead to anything good. Like, there's so much beyond high school. And like, sure, the Bowling for Soup song, high school never ends. And more I find it's true. More and more people just think like the workplace and stuff is just high school. And it's like, come on now. You show up in the first reunion. Exactly. Which if they have trained and watched 4 or 5 men affiliate, roughly. Assuming like expectancy of, God, what, 20s? I don't know. It depends how old Ranjit is. I don't know. I didn't ever get a 10th for mine because my 10th would have been last year, so I didn't even get a notification. So maybe they just didn't want to do it. Yeah, exactly. The song sums it up perfectly. Because some people just treat the workplace like high school, and I can't stand it. Castle. It is recognized that you barrel for relics. The seal is broken. Remains enter the castle and Britannia, a being bereft of reason and mercy. I can't wait to figure out the EX. This is gonna be neat. Versus battle, but anyone can bring it into our King's Torment. It's you. And my adorable sapling, though we faithful may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. Take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. Worry not, come what may, beautiful branch will never, my beautiful branch, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. Right, okay, context. Dancing Plague, now available. Well, let's see what I want to play. I want to see what everyone else is playing in queue. Cool. That's Trial. Guess I'll go Warrior. Oh, hi. I'm assuming you want in. Graduating class has started. Successful welding fabrication business almost. That's super legit, actually. Chaos, that was Battle Castle. Yeah. Chris's story is it wouldn't have happened. Right? Oh, hi. Whack. You and your stupid Red Mage Relic. I'm fine with whatever. I mean, we can go to Warrior. I can go Reaper. It's whatever. That's why podcast seems pretty interested. I haven't seen Unsubscribe. I need to go actually watch it. A lot of cool people on there. Of course. Dancing Plague. Yeah, you're a leader. Water. No, I've heard nothing but good things about the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm good to go when you guys are. Let's see what we got. Campaign manager to lose sleep. I believe it. I 100% believe it. Oh my god. Music is actually like super relaxing to me. I love it. Already had a room adult whisper. Didn't have my license. Just weird. Typical workplace dramas. My peers are all 8 years older than me or more. Yeah. Like, and I think that's a misconception. Is like it's not necessary. Like I try to be as apolitical as possible because like on YouTube, right? And that's the thing. That's probably what's getting me in trouble is because I'm trying to be apolitical and I'm trying to be reasonable when that doesn't get engagement. I just don't want to fracture an audience. But that being said, if I can watch something like South Park and absolutely laugh. Let's put it that way. Like I'm not opposed to having discussions, but very selective because of the internet, especially VTubers. So much frolic and feasting left undone. Chat would. Don't. You don't want it, but chat would. Would what? Don't worry about it. All right.
Come and play, for the night is bright and you can sleep when you're dead.
That's the one. Get back here. What is this? What is this soundtrack? This goes hard. Look at that Gunbreaker. What a Chad. He's even got the cool little halo. Always post vids in pairs. One from one aspect and one from the other. Infinite engagement. Right. I don't know. We did find out in the Brandon Herrera video. I was joking in the Shaq buyback video. Apparently, the infinite money hack is to go to a bun buyback with a bunch of 3D printed handguns. Right. That's the. This is the infinite money hack, right? So you want an even distribution, it looks like? Maybe? Is this the same singer that did Lakshmi's track? I'm assuming it is. Sound of the drumming man. Oh no. Was probably an athlete being seen with egg whites. Oh my god, no.
Craft old castle. Let's play in the forest.
She has a crap ton of health. Unless she's like healing, but I'm pretty sure she just has a crap ton of health. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's unfortunate. Sorry, I've literally had to pop my skill once. You have approximately enough time for a single ranged. Just regen some health. I know I got a Vuln snack on me. You have a jar? I am a VTuber after all. Doesn't having a jar come with the territory? Just summon trees. Ah, yes. Do you promise to return and be my firstborn? But you're playing a monk, you can't hit me. Never came up with a conversation, right? But see, that's when you get into, like, what about your first student, right? In some capacity, now becoming your firstborn, right? There's ways that you get around that. These guys have a lot of HP. Holy crap. $34, not bad. Big hit.
Bigger's better.
I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's not fair. God, I'm like 34%. That's not a big white mechanic. Arm's length. The joke did not escape me, Chad, I assure you. I was not expecting 3 wall bosses. I really was not. Two, 3. Big hit. I was not expecting that, actually. Wow. Big hit.
This is so much fun. Let's play some.
My God, what is the EX gonna bring? Holy crap. I don't think I'm ready for that EX. Wow. I can see what people mean about some of these trials being a little nutty. A figure, exactly. No, like it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just sitting here like, hot damn. Wow. Well, I sight read that one. Oh, big hit. So I get tank privilege. I can just tank a bunch of shit I shouldn't. Bunch of crap. Ah! I'm trying. I'm really trying with YouTube. We're at 4. We got this. Cool.
We can play no more.
Oof. God, I was right after Stormblood that these trials were going to pick up. Wow. Halo and Destiny? We do. We have the Halo Magnum Forerunner in Destiny. I feel like one of these times it's going to miss us and go into some other person, like Minfilia. I'm gonna screenshot that right there. Just gonna screenshot. There's my thumbnail. Just gonna make my life a heck of a lot easier. If I find a good thumbnail, I'm probably just gonna start doing that. Makes me just upload things a lot easier. Wow. Okay, that was a thing. God, EX on that is gonna be a pain. I can already tell. Wow. Everything else stays back. They should be fine. Should is the keyword.
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak. The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose.
My God. New Titania.
Not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king.
Yep, there it is. Is Fael gonna be new king?
The castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place.
Oh no. I can't be a monarch. I got stuff to do.
Should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us. Never again to live as men do.
Uh-huh.
My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, that is the beauty of your kind.
Fact.
Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead.
Yep. Yeah, I figured it was going to go that route. Yeah, which makes sense. It allows us to continue our duty. So that was actually a really good thing that we met her as early as we did.
Kinla, Ilichla, Ilmek, Okbra.
Nah, this makes complete sense.
Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, there's some carnage about to happen. No, it's Honri. Honri. He can sense it. He can sense the Lightwarden fall. Really?
Confound it. How did they get here so fast?
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
What did you expect? He's gonna hit him. Yep.
How in the seven hells?
Because he can see you.
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
What's the play? Guys just gonna sit there?
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
You still gonna crush the pixie.
Minfilia, willful child. How many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to Eulmoran. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
Small dagger.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
Mm-hmm. Nope. He's nice attacks. Nice chain, but there's still no match.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life?
Base dad
She was
cred.
powerless. It's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Jesus, thank cred. The Xbox Live insult.
Defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
It's also a good thumbnail. Wait, what happened? Kit, please. That was not the right button. Oh well. That was actually a really good shot, though.
Look! The sky! She's done it. The Warrior of Darkness has triumphed. General? What are our orders? What do we do?
We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the Warrior of Darkness.
That's the one.
Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf?
They're gone.
I said...
Oh.
Axla Orwain!
Axla Orwain!
What? What's happening? Water? That wasn't there before.
That is a bad sign.
Ah!
Orwai kansasi, Orwai kinsi.
Oh, you're not leaving. Amazing.
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it!
They're terrifying, and I love them.
General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat.
No, come on now. Don't retreat. Come on, Rajit. Let's go.
All who stand with the Warrior of Darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
Fight 2.0, let's go. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. No, the Fate don't want me back. No. Too much of a headache. Someone in chat is going to be better able to answer that, Corky. Hope you're back, exactly. God, I remember so many things that I shouldn't.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Feaul volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Feaul, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wish to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present.
Yeah.
We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Eulmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength. In return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call. Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side. Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you.
Got him.
Treat them as you would your Isnefis.
Oh yeah, no, they still have awareness. No, it's torture. I love it. It's great. They've been transmuted. They saw all of that. I mean, that was a good arc. That was actually a really good arc. I gotta read that again. I have to swap Act 2 character that I'm actually playing as. Because I still have some levels I gotta get. And for a moment did I doubt that thus would triumph over the foe. Master you with that achievement led me nonetheless. Now after triumphing Eulmeg, we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom and averting the 8th thermal calamity. But pity that we're not present to see the Fae folk and Eulmoran's to flight, sight, and Bilthrae's spirits, I do assure thee. But with valuable allies they might prove, we'd only take them. That should be the end of this quest series, I think, right? This should be 34? Or 74? 73. Wheel turns now, so we probably have a couple more. You can do it, and only because of your blessing, you have a strength all your own that's seen you through many a trial. The Warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It's time we're going together, needless to say, to the bitter and the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now let's just hurry back to the Crystarium, where may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fae folk. Strategy elected to pursue makes me more hopeful the city was spared Eulnor's attentions. Sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us when I say that we had a belly full of Eulmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. Oof. Big oof. I honestly have no idea about about 3. 3 is one of those I'm gonna have to go back and play, and that'll be very interesting. I don't even need to do that. Wheel turns. I hear wheel turns, and I just think like Wheel of Time. Well, this next quest will probably be the cut in the VOD. And hour 35, not bad. Because we're finishing up an entire arc. Corky immediately just gives everyone in chat an aneurysm.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Eulmoran was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Who's this? Oh! You. What are you doing here, Solus?
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
Wow, I was not expecting to see you this early.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Yeah.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation.
Rev, this isn't Xenos. This isn't the best character in the game.
I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations.
Imperially inclined nations, that's the one.
As for my true identity,
Look at this one. He's got an intricate one.
I am Emmett Selk, Asian.
Ooh.
Gaius spoke of you. A native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us.
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply...
Disgusting? Revolting? Boring?
infuriating.
Oh.
Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining? Following the flood, the First had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight.
Yeah, it was.
Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink.
Uh-huh.
And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters.
Good.
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased.
Thank you, I'm standing right here.
As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Bold. I respect it.
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And
We didn't even take him out.
While it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation.
Uh-huh. I'm sure.
I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Lightwardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
What's your game?
Since
What's the catch?
time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible.
Uh-huh.
So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of
it. Take a card, any
Thou hast
card.
delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
Get him.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Just whack. Whack. The whack. Cooperation. He can't be serious, can he? Certainly be given much to ponder. First things first, we should report to the Exarch. He can run along, capable of handling this little task. Let your recent exertions say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed and see you later. Rest and ready for more. Yeah, Corporal, have a good one. Get some rest. Pendants. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how this is evolving, but I'm curious to see if it's truly an Ascian or if the Ascian manipulated Solus and then it now has Solus clones and is the quote-unquote new Solus. First one's laid on quarters with you to your liking. Yes. Recently? No, I haven't. Let's go, symbolic, hell yeah. The irony is not lost on me, Jace. It really isn't. Look at that bread. Not even low poly squapes. I do like the squamwiches, though. Square sandwich. It's not been overly taxing. Take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around.
Interesting.
A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmet Selk we should be concerned about.
Yes.
When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmet Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Yeah. No, I just absorbed the sandwiches.
What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big, and he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
Just take straw. Suck sandwich up through straw through mask. Yes. Just vacuum it like Patrick. Who sleeps the light on like that? What? I guess I sleep with like my RGBs on my PC on, to be fair. Whole basket. So many sandwiches. Absolutely wild. Like a wood chipper for sandwiches. Exactly. See, you get it. We are now in 74. Leading to who hope you're well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the ocular. He asks that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. This one. Now to the best location. This isn't Island Sanctuary though. What do you mean, Rev? Goblin sandwich. Not exactly. Yes, I have business with the Crystal Exarch. When you walk in and everybody's already watching the game on the 70-inch flat screen.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
What up, my homeboy?
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe.
There's some really good shots in this, honestly. Like, really good cinematic shots.
Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
This man.
Wage your war against the Sin Eaters. Put each and every Lightwarden to the sword. Prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies.
Did the pendulum shift though? Is he wanting us to bring about the death of the Lightwardens to instead insert Shadow Wardens potentially?
Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs.
Hey, don't you talk smack on fisticuffs. Come on now. Now you gotta punch somebody.
And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes.
Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
The fact that his magic also works in the Crystarium. Because remember, this is supposed to be a safe space.
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
Just it's upsetting, is what it is. So I apologize for that rant. I'm honestly getting sick of this.
If he simply meant to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself.
So, yeah, there's nothing I can do, and the internet just decides to not. I'm hardwired in. I have a fresh restart. PC's updated. I don't get it.
It seems only logical to press on with our mission.
I don't understand. I'm just like kind of defeated at this point.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters.
Uh-huh.
I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Lightwardens of Lakeland and Eulmoran, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Eulmoran, and Raktika remain.
Indeed.
There's two left.
And their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Eulmoran in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Eulmoran that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Mm-hmm. It is Y'shtola, she'll know.
Y'shtola the Conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about.
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since you left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me.
Oh no.
You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other
Oh, sorry, skip that. Yeah, other matters. Letter.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Eulmoran to discuss the recent conflict at Lightwarden.
Why would you... They declared war on you. Why would you even accept that?
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I mean, look, if it works, it works.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I'm willing to take.
With the drone structure smelling happiness. Well, that's like, if I talk back,
upon you to accompany me to Eulmoran prior to beginning your
if I were to talk back like that entire rant to a drill instructor, I'd be mopping rain. To be fair.
Of course. Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
I don't know. I'm sorry for the rant. I just, at a certain point, like, at a certain point, I just don't know what people want from me. I really don't. Make a request to you. There's a church, or rather the ruins of a church at Fort Job. I'd ask you to oversee Yustola, place where people once began gathering worship light lasted long since fallen into disuse, yet with all remains a tablet with those rings of bleed, maybe more of use to Yustola. At the very least, we'll make a suitable gift for your reunion. Most consider proposal very well. Ere we depart for Raktika, we shall journey to Fort Job. We might discover this relic. Smash invitation. Let's go. Exactly. All right. I was literally going to do that cutscene and end the VOD anyways, so I do apologize about the post-rant thing. I'm under a consistent amount of stress, and I'm tired of just PR tit-tat, you know, oh, well, we own all rights to this, but, you know, you need to buy our product, you need to subscribe to this, but we're not going to tell you, we're not going to talk to you, but you need to give us money, and, you know, but we do own all these rights. Look, at this point, your legal team, I'm already saying, needs to send me some papers at this point. I am inviting this at this point because I'm actually very frustrated. I'm doing the best I can to censor myself, clean myself up for YouTube advertisers. It's really getting exhausting. Everyone mops rain at least once. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is true. So, a lot of stress, all that fun stuff. I'm going to end the Final Fantasy VOD there if you're on the channel, and we will continue that in the next one.